Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. I actually stumbled on a video that colored people were asking, what is it that black people have done, or what have they been able to invent, and the rest of it. I love the fact that the video is coming from someone that look like them, not someone that look like them, because black people have been screaming about what they've invented so far and all that, and some of them that were also the pattern that were taken by pop colored people, saying that they were the ones that invented it. Not until a lot of people started making research and finding out, oh, black people were the ones that did this and all that. And I love the fact that the young man is actually bringing awareness and not just bringing awareness. We've been screaming that, we've been shouting about all this, all those who are, but coming from him, I mean, someone I am sure most of them will listen to, because in the comment section they were asking, saying that they have not seen what black people have invented and all that. And there are some contributions that really need to be on textbooks, because there are some books, especially black history books, or sorry, not really, like, some books that they write, when you look at it and you find out that there is nothing to learn, because most of them were all not in the book. Why? Because they choose not to have it in the book. Why? Because they do not want people to know who actually invented it and all that. But then I love the fact that he actually gave shout out to folding chair. I love it. You know what? Let's get into.
I don't know what's wrong with you. In case that first list wasn't enough. Black people also have GPS, technically navigation, and galaxies, Wi-Fi, the baby, home security systems, ranch dressing, super soakers, 3D movies, over 300 uses for the peanut. Let that sink in. 300 inventions on a peanut. Flour, paste, insulation, wallboard, wood stains, soap, shaving cream, lotion, blood transfusions, elevator doors, maxi pads, the modern air conditioner, Nerf guns, spatulas, your literal cell phone that you're watching using, ironing boards, laser eye surgery, the folding chair, shout out to Alabama, country and rock music, and Aladdin stands. The modern toilet, the golf tee, keychains, cash register, shoe soles, VR gaming systems, adjustable wrenches, the rotary engine.
So I was watching this video from Drinkable Brian, and the comment that's up at the top of the video was pretty much saying, like, everybody helped build America. So he decided to go through a list of black inventions. And it actually made me angry. Not because of his video. His video is absolutely imperative for people to really understand how it is that black folks have built and legitimized what is known as the US. And that literally everything that you damn near use was built by black folks. What made me angry is that literally everything that we damn near use was built by black folks. And the lack of respect that we get globally, I just want us to stop. Stop inventing. Stop being amazing. Stop being excellent. Stop overachieving. Just stop. I want us to be completely mediocre, unexcellent, just fading into the abyss of nothingness. Because if you can identify that pretty much everything that you find useful in society, from a cell phone to a blood transfusion to Wi-Fi or a maxi pad, we did that. And we still get treated the way we do. I just want us to stop, for real. And get somebody else to do it.
This isn't about the video. This is about the comment that was made. Go pause to read it. I hate when racists get proven wrong and then they become fucking Barney and Friends. At first it's black people haven't contributed anything to America. Black people didn't create anything. And then it becomes everyone should equally get cited for building America. No one race should be singled out for having built America. Be right the first time. Why be proven wrong when you could just read a book, search for an academic article? Hell, read the comments section where there are people giving you facts. A lot of y'all would rather be wrong and get humbled than to just be right in the first place. There was another incident where I was talking about how black culture is amazing. And somebody commented and said, black culture, there's no such thing. I explained to them clearly and succinctly why black culture is a thing. And then they said, well, I think all culture should be appreciated equally. Again, just be right the first time you speak. Stop commenting on people's posts before you've done any amount of research. You shouldn't have to keep revising your statement. If you have a question about something, and even if you don't have a question, but you just want to make sure that what you're saying is accurate, look it up. Because changing the goalpost to make yourself seem less wrong is pathetic.
Imagine those children who look like them, knowing this, being taught this, because is this not part of history? Is these great inventors not important? Imagine what it would do for the children if they knew. I seen a guy say, you mean to tell me, I've seen Africa, you mean to tell me that they built our country? Imagine being lied to for so much, because you look at all that stuff plus more, and then you look at people who look like them and you see poverty, right? You don't see wealth, but those contributions are connected to people who don't look like them. They had received the wealth from those contributions, did they not? Imagine the power of the truth. So many people say they don't want critical race theory. It don't have to be critical race theory. It just has to be history. The truth about history. Because it is what it is. And if you don't like what it is, then you should not do it again. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to label it as critical race theory. You can just label it for what it is. History. The truth. That's it. Imagine what it could do for the children. Now, some people are going to feel like it's going to harm their children. It's not going to harm your children. Only you harm your children. The way you teach your children, the morals and principles that you put into your children harm your children. Having your children believe that other children are beneath them harms your children, especially when it's a lie. Anyways, y'all do what y'all want to do, but just imagine the inspiration that children can have, because if we're going to be for real, if we're going to be honest, you need those children. You need those children to flourish in all of their natural intelligence and all of their God-given abilities for your own survival too. But you don't get to rob them anymore.
Cool, now let's talk about some of the things Black people haven't done. They're scared to do that, aren't they? I bet you do. Black people literally built the White House. They built the U.S. Capitol. They also built Independence Hall. The capitals for South Carolina, Louisiana, Virginia, and for Alabama were all built by African Americans as well. But wait, there's more. They didn't do these alone, but they were instrumental in the Civil Rights Act, the Fair Housing Act, the Voting Rights Act, the Affordable Health Care Act, and the Fair Sentencing Act. Is that what you meant? They invented the carbon filament light bulb, CCTVs, dry cleaning, surgical staples, portable x-rays, your thermostat, every fountain pen you've ever used, every gas-burning stove, video game cartridges, the traffic light, peanut butter, gas masks, refrigerated trucks, potato chips, blood banks, voicemail, call waiting, caller ID. I can make another list, it's too sad.
God damn, Brian. Oh, shit. Yo. Keep it up. Brian. God damn. Yikes. You gave them what they asked for, though. Oh, shit. Yeah, buddy. You might want to say that, because they definitely going to delete their comment for sure. Damn. Hey, man, that's all we ask for. You doing your part, man. You're doing your part, brother.
Do you know how much effort it takes to drown a town of people? Think about that logistically, what that takes. I want to make a series here on TikTok and call it White Black History, because as a white person, I know we don't get taught the truth. On America. I'll give you an example. It would be like the Tulsa Massacre, where Black Wall Street is what we called it, an extremely wealthy black neighborhood, was beaten and burned down. Another one's like the Wilmington Massacre in North Carolina in like 1898, where a group of white supremacists just decided to overthrow the local government that was biracial and then just kill all the black people. Show me that in your history book. Or you have like the CONTOPRO and like the targeting of black leaders from like 1950 something to 1971, where basically it was an FBI initiated program that was designed to infiltrate and target black leaders, black communities, anybody who was really outspoken against things. We just don't learn these things. Like literally the FBI and the CIA have been involved in the disparagement, displacement, and eradication of black people and their wealth forever. Then when somebody brings it up, we sound crazy because you haven't heard it in a textbook in 6th grade. Why would we teach you you're the bad guy? It's crazy. It's crazy the amount of things that we don't get taught that are actual things. There were several black towns that were drowned. Drowned. Think about that for a minute. Do you know how much work and effort it takes to drown a town because you don't like what they look like? Oscarville, Georgia, Choctaw City, Alabama, Seneca Village in New York, more recent, Coalinga, Alabama, Freedmen's Towns in Texas. That's black-white history, though. Around a town of people, think about that logistically, what that takes.
Finally, someone's having this conversation. First off, let me just say that a lot of creators on this app do speak on, the atrocities that are Black history. And to those people in the education field who continue to teach Black history, even when you're kind of encouraged not to, I definitely, give you kudos for that. But think about something. Isn't it kind of crazy how people of color are constantly told that we need to get over it. You need to forget about it. You need to, why are we still talking about that? But if something did not happen to you personally as a race, isn't it ironic that you feel comfortable minimizing what history has proven time and time again, even till 2024? The fact that I read that a young man was recently hung, everyone of ethnicity knows that Black people don't hang themselves. That is like a cardinal thing, like especially the way that this person was found hung. But so I go back to sundown towns. Those of you that are watching this video, you know what a sundown town is, but isn't it adding extra insult to injury that we have to have towns that actually are known for not supporting people of color? So much to the point where sundown, you might want to be out of here. That's pure, blissful ignorance. And as long as we still have towns that are run like that with no accountability, and the minute you mention it, that's the problem. Oh, so if I say Cummings, Georgia is a sundown town, oh, I'm wrong for saying that. But that town is not wrong for operating like that. So, and it's so sad that there's people that relocate left and right, and ironically, someone will accidentally move to one of those towns unknowingly. So, when anybody ever says, why do you have HBCUs? Because we were not allowed to go to your colleges. Next question. So is it that you don't like that we have historically Black colleges that we definitely allow white people and other ethnicities to attend? Because you got to be a strong ass individual to go to an anything type of school. You're welcome because you respect the culture. That's why those people go to those colleges. But when you have an all Black college and you ask us, Why do we have HBCUs? But you do not want to acknowledge that we had to come up with our own form of education because there was a time when you did not allow us to attend your schools. What is it that you're upset about the school, or you're upset that Black people were smart enough and intelligent enough, something that a lot of white people don't think that we are, to create our own stuff? We created our own. You don't want us to go here? Okay, we got our own shit. Now you upset because it's a HBCU. You can't have everything. Y'all took our history, but you want to also be a part of our future and our present, and that's not going to happen anymore. That's why I'm so appreciative of the generation of kids that are like 30 and under, because I'm in my 50s. But I'm like, you guys are the ones that got your asses out there and marched for George Floyd. When people did not even think that was something that should have even come to fruition because, oh, he was a criminal. Oh, what did he do before he got arrested? Like, no, we all watched this man get murdered by a police officer on camera. So I'm not sure what some people saw, but if you're comfortable with seeing stuff like that, and you do not think that we live in a day and age where people should fight to have change and to implement change and to demand change and not to stop until change happens, then you're a part of the damn problem. But one thing that I always will say is this: I'm more worried about the people who know better and choose not to do better.
You know how much effort it takes to drown a town of people? Think about that logistically, what that takes.
Let's go in, let's go in, let's go in. It's another one by your one and only Dark Chocolate Soul Brother number one. And this gentleman is saying, do you know what it takes to drown a black town? Well, what it takes is a lot of hate, a lot of ignorance, a lot of stupidity. Yeah, I know. You were going off about white black history, where they don't teach white folks black history. They don't even teach black people the black history. If they do, in class, in school, maybe a week, when you got white history year. So, the reason they don't teach this, because it's just a way to keep us under their boot, these supremacists. My thing about it is, this is why I stress knowing your laws, constitutional rights, but you got to know your history too. You got some people out there that says, hey, black people didn't build America. Hey, fuck you. Yes, we did. And we're gonna get into that in a second. But the bottom line is, there's a lot. Oscarville. He talked about Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. Some jealous ass, gutter butt, inbred, dookie booty, hoe ass motherfuckers was jealous that here it is that some black people are doing better than some poor podung white people. And they're jealous and mad that that community was thriving. Now, realizing Jim Crow is still going on. We had segregation. We was like, okay, you can put us over here in this little area over here. We had our own banks, own doctors, own grocery stores, hardware store. We had schools. We had a lot of stuff. A lot of entrepreneurs. But somebody just could not stand that black people are actually thriving for themselves. We don't need massa and white folk. So they come up with a scheme and say a white lady was sexually essayed, basically. And what do? They bombed and they looted and they burned down. And some people had their money in a white bank. Since the town got burnt down and their papers got burnt down, do you think those black people got their money back? Fuck no. We were stuck. Oscarville. They flooded that shit because some people were thriving. Rosewood. Man, there's a whole bunch of towns. They don't teach that shit. I wish they did, to tell you the truth. But see, you know what the problem is? The world does not like a smart black person because they're in fear that we may rise up and put foot to ass. That is straight facts. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to agree with it. But that is what could happen if we so choose. They're talking about the COINTELPRO. Yes, they had that. J. Edgar Hoover, who was the leader of the FBI, which is interesting. He was a black man. He had black blood in him. Yep, he sure did. He did not like black people. Ain't that a kick in the balls? He was mixed. He had black and white, I believe, but I know he was black. Yeah, he had some black features. Even though he did not like black people, that's okay. We do have some people that are biracial and they don't like black people, which, hey, that's your prerogative. But they sent in tabs on Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, but his greatest thing that he wanted to do to disrupt was the Black Panther Party. Yeah, he did a number. He tried to get all the leaders and stuff. America does not want black people to have strong leaders because they're in fear that we will band together, we will uprise and do some shit here in America. We just want to be left alone. We just want to be able to have our communities. We want to be able to start our businesses and let us gain some of this economic wealth that the former slave masters acquired during their 300 to 400 to 500 years of being here in America. We want to be able to have our own record companies and record distributions centers. We want our own businesses so we can grow and do our thing, but it won't happen. No one wants to see black people rise. I'll even tell a story. Orange County, it was still segregation and white folks didn't want black people at their resorts, so some black people got together and made their own resort down in Orange County, California. And this resort was going to blow motherfuckers out the water. They were like, shit, they're putting a lot into it. They did anything and everything to keep them from getting permits, but that's okay. They got the place built. This was going to be for black people, so we can go out to the beach and hang out. And 2 weeks before it was supposed to open, it caught fire. Mysteriously caught fire. They don't talk about that shit. They don't talk about that shit. We get shorted. They should be talking about this in high school. They should be talking about your rights in high school and elementary and junior high school, but they don't. But everybody always says it's not about race. Well, if it's not, what is it about then? Explain it to me. Somebody out in TikTok land, explain it to me. So for this gentleman who posted this, and I'm glad that you're trying to be aware and know a little bit about black folks. Hey, you get one of these, cool. But the same way that you are ignorant about a lot of these facts, so is us black folks, because they don't teach it. We have to go outside of the classroom. Bottom line is, America does not want to tell you the truth. They don't want you to know the truth. because it's like taking a stick and sticking it in a beehive and shaking that motherfucker. And you know what's going to happen after that? You get the bees all riled up, and the murder hornets and them African killer bees going to come out and start stinging your ass. That's the bottom line. You don't have to like it. It is what it is. It's just the truth. But I agree. Yeah, they need to teach this. But with that being said, black folks, post your comment about this post. What you think? Should they be teaching more about our history in junior high school and elementary and high school? I want to hear your comments. And with that being said, I'm your gracious host. I'm the dark one. I'm Dark Chocolate Soul Brother #1, and I'm out. Like, comment, follow, and repost this video.
So this is all I got from this video, and the fact that a lot of them are still doubting. You know, some of them are just not enlightened, especially when it comes to history, but they still want to tell you that they are really very enlightened and also try to prove you wrong. You know when they say when someone is loud and wrong, they are always loud and wrong. You really need to see the comment section, all of them coming out to say that what did they really invent? Like, what have they even done and all that. But before I continue, I want to say shout out to the folding chair, because I heard him say, yeah, of course, the folding chair and Alabama, bro. Like, I cannot forget that. And even if I forget everything, that chair, that mighty chair, I ain't forgetting it. So I really love the fact that someone is out there screaming it, because we really have been screaming about all this year. Like, it's not something we've been screaming about, because each time and every time they still want to ask, what do you guys bring to the table? And the last one I checked was somebody saying that black people do not have skills. And that actually got me thinking, like, are you in this planet or you're somewhere else? Because there are some people who will say, it's actually out of hatred or out of out of jealousy, because somebody can wake up to say something like that. Yeah, it's really awesome, but then it is what it is. That is them. But then, like, when he talked about do you know what it takes to drown a prosperous black community? This is something that I always think about each time I remember Rosewood, remember Tulsa, Oklahoma, and some other black communities that something like this happened to, and they were also burned down, which they actually tagged, what did they tag that? Riot, right? But you and I knew there was never a riot. It was a massacre and car, But that's in this very moment, it's still that. And then with all this, from the capital, from everything black people invented, there are some of them actually that you see them want to take credit for, because it's quite unfortunate that black people do not get enough credit for all the things they have done, And to this very moment, they want to take all of it and credit it to themselves. And like, I remember there was a video that I brought here. It says that colored people always want to get credit for everything, but do not want to take credit for their racism, right? That really shows you how some certain things play out and the rest of it. But yeah, we are tired of screaming. We are tired of talking about it. We are tired of saying it. I think it's better they let them keep saying it to themselves, because I love to. It's not like he is saying something we have not heard or something we haven't. But I love it because it looks like they listen to themselves more than when we talk. Because when we talk, it's going to be, yeah, I heard them say that. They said that, but we're probably not listening, or probably they do not want to listen because they are always not ready to listen. And that is the path they always choose, But yeah, So I absolutely love it. Shout out to Alabama. I cannot stop saying it. Really, I love it. The ranch dressing and the rest of it. So next time they want to ask you, what do you bring to the table? Or next time they want to ask you, what skills do you have? Next time they want to ask you, what exactly have you guys really done? And, what have you been able to bring to the table? Because they always ask Black people this. You can pull this video and tell them this is coming from someone that look like you, not me. Because if it's someone that look like me that brought it or asked them to look at this, it will be hard for them to comprehend. But I love the fact that it is coming from them. And that next time you want to say some certain things about Black people, I think it is better you go back to, most of them trash their history books and the rest, or burn them and all that. So how do you want them to know the history? Or it hurts their feelings and all that because it is violent. So how do you want them to know the history? See you all in my next video. Bye for now.